Daventry was the pioneer in long-wave broadcasting. But by 1933, Daventry was obsolete, so the BBC decided to build a new long-wave station. An engineer was sent out to find a site, but before the final choice was made, the BBC research department had to come in and carry out extensive tests. A wireless transmitter went, mounted on a lorry, to each proposed site. Small masts were erected beside it, and wireless signals sent out. Special vans carrying measuring receivers traveled round the site and noted the strength of the signals from the portable transmitter at various points. The Birmingham area was chosen because it would meet the claims of the South Coast and also provide a service for the north of England and Scotland. These results were carefully worked out and the efficiencies of the sites obtained. This shows the strength contours of the Droitwich site, that is, the areas to which it will give service. It proved to be much the best. In the choosing of a site for a modern broadcasting station, the BBC must make sure that there is a good supply of water. This must be abundant to fill the 300,000-gallon reservoir used for cooling the valve and as water storage for the station. The 6 transmitting valves used at Droitwich in the final stage of amplification each require an input of 175 horsepower. Owing to the large amount of power handled by these valves, it is necessary to cool them with water. To do this, a continuous stream of water must circulate round, not only their anodes, but their filament supports. The BBC must also consider the subsoil as a conductor of electricity. A soil that is a poor conductor would impede the wireless waves. Again, the position of the masts in relation to neighboring hills, which might have a similar effect, must also be taken into consideration. To carry the aerials, 2 700-feet masts were built up, girder upon girder, 200 feet higher than any other mast previously built by the BBC. Each of these tremendous structures were erected by 4 men known as top men, working on a tiny triangular platform made of planks. As the girders are hoisted to them, they bolt them into place, and then move their little platform 1 story higher.
All right, all right, all right. Come on, come on.
In a high wind, this platform may sway as much as 7 feet out of the vertical.
Right.
When the masts were nearly finished, it was half an hour's climb for the men coming and going to and from their work each day. By the end of 1933, the roof began to go on. The joists and the beams went into place, and the building took definite shape. As soon as the roof was finished, it was asphalted as a protection against damp. Droitwich has been constructed for a double purpose. It will house the Midland Regional as well as the long-wave national transmitter. As soon as the roof of the building was completed, the plant began to arrive. The diesel engines came first.
Take it easy, take it easy. Good. All right, up here. All right. All right.
When both the transmitters are in action at Droitwich, they will require an output of nearly 2,000 horsepower from the powerhouse engines. Each of the 4 diesels develops 750 horsepower, so there's always one in reserve. At the same time, the transmitter units were erected and their component parts mounted and connected up. Transformers, motor generators, mercury arc rectifiers and switchgear, all of the most modern and up-to-date design, many of them unique, were the outcome of years of research, both by the BBC engineers and by great British engineering firms. When all this plant was in position, Droitwich was ready for testing.
This is the national transmitter at Droitwich testing on a wavelength of 1500 metres. This is Droitwich testing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is Droitwich testing on a wavelength of 1500 metres. Droitwich testing. This is the national transmitter at Droitwich testing on a wavelength of 1500 metres.
McClarty here. Skinner, Tell whoever's down at the pond to open the water sprays on the valve cooling radiators, will you? Right. Oh, and by the way, I'm having another 2 Cat 14 valves mounted in the C units. I want to test the standby gear tonight. What's that? Yes. Curd and Drew are below, having a look at the filament motor generators now. Oh, and Skinner, who's in the powerhouse? All right, put Bullock on the switchboard. He can get going when he likes, as I'll want power in about 10 minutes.
Ready for number 3? All ready. Right, let her go. Stand by to run up the high-tension machine. This is the national programme from London, radiated by the new long-wave transmitter at Droitwich, working on a wavelength of 1,500 meters. Now I'm going to interrupt the news just for a moment to read a gale warning that's just come in. That is the end of the program from the studio tonight, except for dance music. This will be broadcast by the national transmitter at Droitwich and all stations taking the